Hi, I'm Chef Kevin Belton. Today, I'm going to show you how to make some wonderful barbecue spare ribs. You know, one of the biggest things when we cook, we often dry out our meat. This way, it'll keep it nice and moist. Now here, I have the ribs, and you know, we're going to go ahead and season this. But before we start to season, the back side of our ribs, this is called the silver skin, which keeps it all connected. Just take a small knife and just make a little incision. It doesn't have to cut all the way through. What this does, this just scores that skin so that as our ribs cook, they won't pull and tighten up and draw up. Just that little bit of scoring on that silver skin, that's what we want. Now, of course, we have to cook with flavor. We have to cook with flavor. So we're gonna do a little bit of salt. And you notice, yes, I'm seasoning the back side because most food has two sides. Make sure you do it all. And you know, of course, being from New Orleans, I like my little Creole seasoning. Here at the cooking school, I've come up with a blend of basically onion, garlic, sweet basil, thyme, oregano, savory, white, red pepper, black pepper. Now, what makes it so red is paprika. So don't be afraid if you think it's red, but notice I can liberally season this in. Now, always cook to your taste. Always put in the flavors that you like. If you just want to do this with a little salt and pepper, that's fine. If you want to do it with some fresh herbs, that's fine as well. But look, always season both sides of the meat. And I know it looks like a lot, but that's okay because we want this flavor to just get down in there. So just go ahead and press that on. You know, just kind of massage it nice and good. Now, you can do different styles of ribs if you want. Some folks like baby back. Some folks use a St. Louis style. This is a pork rib. We could actually do this same thing with a beef rib if we like. So now our ribs are seasoned. Let's get ready to make them taste wonderful and keep them nice and moist. Now, let's meet the star of the show. This is our 8-quart stainless steel pressure cooker. This is what's gonna help our ribs get nice and moist and juicy and ready for that grill. In our pressure cooker, we're gonna put a little oil. And I have this heating up because basically what we want to do, we wanna brown off the ribs. Basically, this will create a seal. Now on the back side where that silver skin is, we don't need to brown that off. Let's just brown off the top side, and this creates a seal to keep them nice and moist and juicy. So just take your ribs and just stick them the top down right inside. And this only takes a couple of minutes. We only need this in for just a couple of minutes. And if you're wondering, why am I going to use a pressure cooker for this? Because often when we put things on the grill, it dries out. So now this will cook 3 to 10 times faster by using the Presto pressure cooker as opposed to putting them on the grill and having them dry out. Because on the grill, we have to sit there and we have to watch them, and it could take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. Especially if we have a big party coming over, then we have to do a whole lot, but I'll show you how to take care of that. Our first one is done. Let's just take it right out, and you can see how that browned off really nice. I know you were probably thinking, are those gonna fit in there? Yes, it does. You know, what's nice about the pressure cooker is the fact that this has a tri-clad bottom, which here we're using it on gas, but we could use this on electric. We could also use it on induction burners, the latest thing. What's nice is with this tri-clad bottom, it's even heating all across the entire bottom of the pan. Sometimes stainless steel can get a little spotty in areas, but here, even heating all the way across. So here, that's exactly what we want. Look at this last one as it comes out. We just wanted to seal that off. Now, because we've browned off, in here, now let's put in, you could do water, but I always love cooking with flavors. So we'll put in a little chicken stock. This is gonna give us some moisture. And you know, I always like flavors. So let's put a little seasoning actually down in our stock. And we're gonna go in with a little touch of liquid smoke. Now, liquid smoke too much can make something bitter. So we don't want very much at all. So now we can return our ribs back into the pressure cooker. So now we have our flavors in. That little stock that we put in, any little goodies that got stuck to the bottom of the pan, that's gonna come up now. So now let's go ahead and put our lid on. On the top, on our lid, and on the pressure cooker itself, there are arrows. Line those up, put it in place. So now that we have our cover on, we're waiting for our cover lock to pop up. This is a great safety feature because once this cover lock pops up, we can't open it. That means our pressure is building inside and it'll keep us really safe. We're also gonna put on our pressure regulator just right on the top. Now, if you look, our cover lock has popped up. That means our pressure is building inside. So we're gonna cook this at 15 pounds of pressure for 13 minutes. So when we get our steam coming out from the pressure regulator here, we also hear a little bit of a hiss that'll just, that steam is building up. This is gonna keep our ribs cooked and keep them nice and moist, and it'll get it ready for the grill. So now that we have our steam, hear that little hiss? Now that means we're up to 15 pounds of pressure. We can turn our fire down a little bit. And now we start our time, 13 minutes, and we'll have some wonderful ribs. So now we've shut off our fire. This is cooled down, so we can remove the regulator. Our cover lock has dropped. Now we can open and look at our ribs. In 13 minutes, we have our nice, tender ribs. That's the whole point of doing this in this pressure cooker. So now our ribs are tender. They just need to go on the grill 5 to 10 minutes just to get that little grill taste on the outside. We can put a barbecue sauce on them and that'll glaze on the outside. And you know, this is great for a single family. But when we're having a lot of relatives and friends coming over, now let's go to the pressure canner. This is 23 quarts. Not only can we use it for canning, but we can also use it as a pressure cooker to cook a lot of ribs when we have a lot of friends coming over. So either the stainless steel Presto pressure cooker or the Presto pressure canner, two great products to get us ready for barbecue season and ready for that barbecue grill with tender ribs.